2 The Redline Productions proudly presents today's To The Redline review was made possible in part by
Hey YouTube! Well, today it's my pleasure to show you guys this 2012 Toyota Tacoma. Now, the 2012 Tacoma was actually updated and refreshed for this model year. It's not a full extensive redesign, and it pretty much looks just like the old one, but you can see with the front, it's got that new grille, new headlights, the interior's been updated. But this one is a used car. It has about 4,000 miles on it, and this one's a pretty high trim. It's the black exterior color with the TRD Sport package and the double cab configuration. This one also is a pretty rare truck because it has the 4-liter V6 paired with a 6-speed manual. A really nice, fun combination, which you don't see too many of these compact trucks anymore. I mean, the compact truck market is kind of dying. Ford has pulled out of it with the Ranger being no longer in production. The Tacoma has always been one of the top players, and it still is the top player after driving this current one. I mean, it's a very, very solid compact truck. And for a lot of people, it's just the right size, because some people don't really want the full-size truck with just how big it is. You can see what the previous owner's done with this one. It's got these powder-coated dark rims on it, with the brake drums being painted as well. It's a pretty menacing-looking truck. The emblems have been blacked out as well, and in this black color, it just looks really good. It's got a non-functional hood scoop on the top, but nobody needs to know that unless you open the hood. Another new update, I believe, is the turn signals in the mirrors. That's new for 2012. I mean, my dad has a 2003 4Runner. It essentially has the same 4-liter V6 in the car, so it's a pretty nice engine. It moves the truck out really well. Coming to the interior, it's got the newer Toyota chime instead of the older Toyota chime. The looks like that was spray painted on with the TRD symbol. The key in this vehicle is a pretty old school style key. It's not even an in-key or keyless entry system with this car, but it does have the new steering wheel from the 4Runner. It's a really nice fat steering wheel, feels good in your hands. And you can see there is the 6-speed manual transmission. And it's very truck-like with its rubbery long throws, but pretty much when you're driving this car, it will say things like, "Don't rush me," if you're trying to shift relatively quickly. As you can see, 4,214 miles. It has the new Toyota head unit. It actually gives you Bluetooth, satellite radio, and this particular one also has a backup camera. I'll show you that. Starts right up. It sounds just like any other Toyota V6, I'm sorry. You can see when you put it in reverse here, it gives you the little backup camera in the rearview mirror, so that's a nice addition in this truck. The interior for this vehicle is hard plastic. The graining is very nice on the top. It's the typical graining that's in the older Toyotas. This graining, though, however, just feels kind of weird to me. It's a little cheap feeling to me. And it's the same kind of graining that they put on the door panels. I kind of wish they used this graining as opposed to this graining. But it is soft touch right here where your elbows are going to fall. The driver window is automatic down but not auto up, so you only kind of have to pick and choose. Steering wheel is nice, leather wrapped. You have your steering wheel control buttons. And then your Bluetooth buttons. Stereo in here is just your typical Toyota DC. Actually doesn't sound too bad for a truck. You got your map lights in here, sunglass holder, and then a little, oh, you have 2 sunglass holders, very nice. The center console here, trying to figure out where it opens. Oh, it opens from the side right here, so there's a little button, you open that. There is a power port in there. Actually, no, I lied. There is nothing in here. There's no power port, no nothing. Your USB and aux is actually over there. Glove box in this vehicle is not damped, but it's a good size. Coming to the back seat, the materials are pretty much the same from the front. You have your soft touch right there where your elbows are going to go. The back seat is definitely where this car is not as large as a full-size truck. I mean, it gives you actually good leg room for this size of a truck, and you can fold the seats down, and it kind of gives you a little bit more storage. Looks like there's a lockable storage compartment right there, so that's pretty nice. The bed for this truck is also nice. It's already lined with a bed liner, so that's very good. You have your power port right there. That's very nice. I mean, it's a good size. I like the size. I mean, if I ever needed a truck I probably would just prefer a compact truck like this. You can see there's your little backup camera integrated right there. Anyways, here is Toyota's 4-liter 1GRFE motor. It actually is the same engine that was in the first generation 4Runner. Still makes the same 236 horsepower and 266 foot-pounds of torque. You don't get a hood strut like you do in the 4Runner. You get a prop, and the hood's pretty heavy. I'm surprised that Toyota actually didn't update it. I thought they did, because the new 4Runner has 270 horsepower, and this one still has the old engine. Nevertheless, though, it still moves the truck out really well, and it's a very torquey engine. Now for the part that you guys are pretty much waiting for. How does the new 2012 Tacoma drive, especially with the 6-speed manual transmission and 4-liter V6? I mean, I can definitely tell you it's surprising. This truck is really actually pretty fun to drive, and it gives you a really nice view of the road. I mean, the Tacoma is still, in my opinion, one of the best compact trucks in the class, and it's a shame that the Ranger is no longer with us, because if Ford would just give us a redesign, it definitely would be top dog again. But anyways, the gauges in here are just the white they're not really electroluminescent. They are lit up though, even though the lights aren't on. This car does give you daytime running lights. The clutch is surprisingly not bad. It has a little bit of a long travel, but the engagement point is really easy to judge. And I actually have installed this car at all. The shifter is definitely has long rubbery throws. Trucks are just typical to have shifters like that, but it's not a bad shifter. It's just it doesn't like to be rushed. If you're going to try to drive this car like a sports car and hurry it through the shifts, it's going to pretty much tell you, don't rush me, or I'm not going to go into gear properly, and you're going to miss a gear and you're going to look really awful trying to drive. See, acceleration is really good with this truck. The V6 engine can get noisy when you push it, and I know that's one of the criticisms about it. It's surprising, because I don't remember the 4-liter V6 being this noisy in the first generation 4Runner, but it's very torquey. It doesn't really like to rev, so you gotta shift early, and because once you get the revs up above 3,000, the truck can get pretty loud. But it's a pretty fast truck, and with the manual, it definitely makes a huge difference. So if you guys are looking for a compact truck, this is one of the last chances you can probably get with the last ones you can probably get with a 6-speed manual, the V6. The ride is actually not bad, considering this is a truck. I mean, of course, it always gets better because it's got a live axle in the back. It gets better when you add weight in the bed. The brakes have really good feel, and they have good strong bite, especially when there's a lot of traffic in the area that you live in, and people like to slam on their brakes. But the steering is pretty numb. I mean, for a TRD sport package, I mean, it's a little disappointing that it's not too sporty in the way it handles, but this is a truck. Honestly, they should just call it like the TRD appearance package, I think, just because it gives you those nice looking 17-inch wheels in the hood scoop, because the truck looks better, but it's not really much of the way in the sport package. Toyota used to offer an X-Runner, which was legitimately probably more of a sport truck because it was lowered, it had 18-inch wheels. Well, this one's kind of just like an appearance package. But anyways, guys, if you're one of the few that are looking for a compact truck because you don't need a full-size truck, the Ranger is no longer in production, but the 2011, or the current Tacoma, is definitely worth a look. I mean, really, you only have the choice between the Tacoma and the Frontier. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, here's some legal stuff for you. The views and opinions expressed in the following video may not necessarily reflect those of the title holding automotive dealer or the entity they represent. All videos are filmed with permission by a professional driver on a set course with the collaboration and assistance of local law enforcement authorities. Do not attempt. Logos and brandings of vehicle manufacturers, dealerships, and online social media sites are the sole property of their respective representation used with permission. The Redline logo, soundtrack, and web resources, as well as all other associated media, are copyrighted intellectual property of The Redline LLC. All rights reserved.